Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on patch 1.61 that is rolling out for CyberPunk 2077 right now. A ton of fixes and updates as a part of this patch. It's definitely just a technical fixes type change, and it's not like it's adding tons of new content or anything like that, but I still thought it's pretty good to go over that. And then also, Horizon has been in the news topic for a while, even on PC. And it looks like there might be an MMORPG, a major one, in development in collaboration with a studio that's pretty notable, to say the least. So we'll talk that in just a little bit. But first of all, Cyberpunk 2077 patch 1.61 has officially dropped. There's an absurd amount of fixes and changes in terms of, technical fixes that is being introduced with this patch, so I'm not going to go over everything, but I will leave a link in the description box below where you can check it out for yourself. There are quests and open world fixes. A lot of issues and bugs have been fixed on that end. Gig fixes, cyber psycho sighting fixes, and a lot of various issues have been fixed on that end as well. Top of that, visual updates. This is kind of cool. Night City NPCs will now carry umbrellas in various colors and shapes. I don't know, adding a little bit of depth. I can appreciate that. Fix multiple instances of missing collisions that could result with players falling off the map, corrected various floating or displaced objects on the map, fixed an issue where after changing nail length from long to short using the mirror, the change wasn't reflected in game until reloading a save. That's wild, just minor issues like that can occur in a game, and then they find it, and then they finally fix it. Fix an issue where cars could glitch after bumping into them, and then there have been some gameplay fixes, UI changes, and then PC-specific changes in terms of fix the issue with temporary FPS drops when exiting menus, fix an issue where upgrading an item into a higher tier rarity crashes the game, added support for AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.1, so that's pretty notable, and there were a couple of other issues that have been fixed as well. I'll leave a link in the description box below to the full patch notes. Cyberpunk right now is not on sale, so it's $60 on Steam. Hell no, do not spend $60 on Cyberpunk 2077. Look, I defend this game more so than the majority of other people, and it's kind of funny to me that ever since I started defending this game, it seemed like people were like, oh, well, why do you like this game so much? Are you just a CD Projekt Red nut hugger? And yes, I'm a Witcher nut hugger, I will say that. But Cyberpunk 2077 got a rap that was really created from its gargantuan expectations, which, after the game was delayed 3 times, you should have realized that should have been an immediate red flag. I think after the second delay, I did a video, and I was being pretty pessimistic of what Cyberpunk 2077 was going to end up becoming, and a lot of you guys at that time were like, nah, dude, it's still going to be great, it's CD Projekt Red, etc., etc., and not to pat myself on the back, but I was kind of right about that. But then, when launch day came around, and I just heard so much hyperbole from people, and I'm just like, yo, this is some ridiculous level takes, calling it the worst game of all time. Maybe I guess you can make an argument that it's the most disappointing game of all time, given the expectation level and where it ended up being, but I still thought overall, even at launch, it was an okay game. It was a serviceable game that had a lot of technical issues. Was it worth $60? Absolutely not, but you don't have to pay $60 anymore. You're buying the game probably when it's on sale for $25-30, and at that price point, I think Cyberpunk's a pretty good buy. Now, if you want to wait even longer, wait for the complete edition with the expansion and the DLC to come out, that's probably a good idea as well, but right now, the base game, you can probably find it for $30 on a GOG, and that's not a bad buy in my opinion, especially with all of the updates that have been rolling out. Alright, moving on from that, Sony has reportedly partnered with NCSoft to make a Horizon MMORPG. According to news site MTN, the project will be developed by the South Korean company behind the Lineage and Guild Wars MMO series and target the global market as a part of Sony's push into live service games. Now, we had heard about this several times, that Sony was going to make a play to get into live service gaming. Sony does a really good job with their single-player, big-budget experiences, but it's no secret that one aspect that Sony severely lacks in is multiplayer games, and, we haven't even had, a good multiplayer shooter in a long time. The last one people really got into was probably Killzone 3, from my recollection, because Resistance 3, I remember people not being too hot on that, and Killzone Shadowfall, people definitely weren't hot on that. Horizon having a multiplayer game, I don't find that too surprising. However, I am a little bit surprised about the idea of a big-scaled MMORPG. That I find surprising. What I would have thought a Horizon multiplayer experience would have been maybe a smaller scale PvPvE type experience, something like that, but a full-blown MMORPG, that is a little bit surprising to me. But we had known that there was an online Horizon game that was reportedly in development, but that might be something that's being done by Guerrilla outside of this NCSoft project as well. At that point, I just feel like we're resting on our laurels and with the Horizon IP a little bit too much. I know that the franchise has done very well. You know, back in 2017, the Horizon Zero Dawn, since 2017, I should say, has sold like 20 million copies, which is incredible for a game that, you know, I don't think a lot of people expected it to be at the level of a God of War, but it really turned out to maybe not be at the level of God of War, but pretty darn close in terms of commercial reception. Critical reception, it falls a little bit short of God of War, but commercially, it does pretty darn well, all things considered, and I feel like Aloy has just become like one of Sony's go-to mascots alongside Kratos and whatnot. But, yeah, and the game seemingly did pretty well on PC, and in the case of this MMORPG, it would be a simultaneous release on PC and PlayStation 5, because Hermen Hulst spoke about it before. The idea with the Games as a Service title is to have those on PC day and date with the PlayStation release, because Games as a Service, the whole idea is to draw a consistent, engaged audience into that service's ecosystem. Every Games as a Service title has its own ecosystem. It's not like God of War Ragnarok, which sells people on the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 is the ecosystem. But with Games as a Service title, you're talking about facilitating the creation of an ecosystem that hopefully will generate a lot of revenue for Sony and having an engaged player base. And if you're releasing a big budget multiplayer title, you want to release that on PC because you're going to greatly increase the potential number of people that you can have engaged into that experience, and hopefully the idea would be for them to spend money on it, drop money on microtransactions if there's a monthly subscription, whatever the case may be as far as how they want to game plan out a live service title, a Games as a Service title. And I know some people are kind of like pushed away from that idea, and I get the idea of like NCSoft doing this game, like that being a little bit worrying, but I like the idea of it, and I think Horizon can be parlayed into an MMORPG, can transition into an MMORPG, just because I really like that world, and it's so unique, and I think it will work well in an MMO. Maybe I'm crazy about that. Maybe a smaller scale multiplayer game would be the better idea, but I don't know. I won't knock it till I see it, and, you know, this is something so different than what Sony usually goes for, so I would be at least interested in checking it out. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, CyberPunk 2077 getting a major patch with patch 1.61, and I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on the idea of a Horizon MMORPG, because I probably am in the minority of being cautiously optimistic about it, but I just think an MMO would be really cool to see, like Sony at the publishing helm of it as well, and, you know, taking one of their major IPs and turning it into an MMO, at least having that world. And remember, Horizon's having that Netflix series as well, so a lot going on with that IP, but that's going to do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.